All right, guys, welcome back to the show. Once again, my name is Juan. This is Goku Guidance. All right, guys, we got a fantastic episode for you guys today. The title of today's video is Enhanced Beauty. So, what does semen retention have to do with enhanced beauty? All animals, their main purpose is procreation. All animals, insects, mammals, fish, pretty much everything that you can think of, plants, everything. Their main purpose is to reproduce so that they can keep the species going. Same thing with human beings. What does semen retention have to do with beauty itself? So animals, not all animals, okay? Not all animals get to reproduce, okay? It really comes down to survival of the fittest. Only the strongest genes can survive. Only the animals and plants that have to go to endure the harsh climates, the heat of the day, the coldest of the night, rain, all that stuff. These animals, and also with humans, we have to go through such harsh environments in order for us to get to our ultimate goal, which is procreation. Okay, so let me break it down to you. So everything from the songs of a bird to the feathers of a peacock to the wings of a butterfly, all of these things, they're manifestations of the natural law of preserving your vital life force. What do I mean by that? Like animals in nature, they don't masturbate unless they're in a unnatural environment such as a zoo. So whenever you see like monkeys like jerking off in the zoo, is because they're in an unnatural environment. But when they're in nature, they're just doing their thing. They're out in the trees, enjoying life, getting their sunlight in, eating food. You know, whatever the animal happens to be doing. But why does beauty have to do with any of this? Well, because it really is survival of the fittest. So not all animals get to reproduce. Animals in the animal kingdom, the reason why they specifically target weak animals or the frail, animals can sense that animal is not suited not for survival, but is weak, and they prey on the weak. All animals, in order for their own survival, they have to prey on the weak. Only the strongest genes can survive. Not all animals get to procreate. Not all plants get to procreate. Not all insects get to procreate. Some of them get killed before they take their first steps. So when animals procreate, and this also has to do with humans, when we procreate, we want to procreate with the strongest genes possible to ensure the survival of our species. But in order to do that, in order for you to be the top of your species, you have to retain. All animals retain. And that enhanced beauty gives us the opportunity to survive in this harsh environment. It gives us the opportunity to survive. Nature doesn't. Nature will never make anything ugly. the thing or the person makes themselves ugly by degeneration. That's where the word degenerate comes from. Degenerate just comes that you're a sexual pervert, but it also means that you're degenerating, that you're breaking down, you're rotting in the inside. So animals have to survive, right? In order for them to procreate, they have to have strong genes. And you see it in the animal kingdom. Only the top alpha male gets to procreate, not everybody else. If you're not an alpha, this is in the animal kingdom. If you're not an alpha, you can't procreate. So therefore you can't pass on your genes. And the females know this. The reason why the females choose the alpha male is because they want the strongest genes. That animal has probably that the animal that gets to procreate has probably been around longer than all of the other males that have been around. Does that make sense? So since these animals been around for a while, let's say like 5-6 years before they become like real alphas, right? It enhances everything. It enhances their aggressiveness. It enhances the strength, and it also enhances beauty. Because you're like, well, why? Because all animals, even animals, are attracted to beauty. Even animals are attracted to beauty. Like you will never see like butterflies trying to procreate with ugly ones. No, in their eyes, they're like, that's the most beautiful butterfly that I've ever seen. So therefore, that must be the strongest genes. So therefore, that must be the alpha butterfly. Does that make sense? Same thing with the feathers of a peacock. That must be the alpha peacock. I have to procreate with this because first of all, that thing is beautiful. And second of all, I know that he has the strongest genes because the law of nature tells me that if you hold on to your semen, the law of nature just basically says that if you follow the God's law of nature, natural law, your beauty will be enhanced. So the same thing with animals. The same thing with human beings. Okay? So by us just abiding by the natural law. What is natural law? It's just being natural. Natural goes hand in hand with nature. We were never meant to masturbate. That is an unnatural act. Like you can sit here and argue all you want. No, it's natural. It's not. It's not. The natural thing to do is for us to use our sexual abilities to procreate so that we can that we can propagate the species. Does that make sense? Like not even animals. Like animals, they don't just have sex because they're horny. They have sex for a reason. It's just for procreation, and anything other than that, they will not do it just because they want to do it. Same thing with plants, same thing with insects, and same thing with all of the animal kingdom, fish and all that stuff. Does that make sense? They do it because it's a necessity, because they have to, because it's in their nature, because it's natural. So as long as you follow the natural law, your beauty will enhance. Period. And you're like, well, how does that work? Well, the way it works is when you intake food, and I mean food, I mean real food, nothing that comes in a box, nothing that comes in a little plastic wrap, like real food, fruits, vegetables, meats, fats. Does that make sense? Grains. When you eat natural food, all that food goes to the production of semen. It goes to the blood. It takes 40 drops of blood, purified by the great purifying organs. It has to go through all of it. It has to go through the bone marrow, and then out of those 40 drops of blood, the body can process 1 blood of semen. So if you look at it in that concept, like the body has to sacrifice so that you can get 1 drop of semen so that you can procreate your species. So all that, and then that semen gets reabsorbed. so that it can enhance your skin, your eyes, your bones, your teeth, all of your organs, your brain especially. It enhances everything. Everything down to your masculinity. And let's face it, guys, let's face it. So, like, I'm not saying that women don't like ugly men, but they also like beautiful men, but not beautiful in the sense that you and I are thinking about. Yes, you have like your face tells literally everything about you. Your face says that this guy has a lot of vitality, he has a lot of energy, he has a lot of life force. Your face says literally all. You can be wearing a raincoat and you can't even see the physical. As long as they see your face, they're like, this guy's handsome, this guy has a lot of energy, this guy has a lot of vitality, this guy has a lot of energy. And they can also sense it too, but we're not even gonna go there. We're just gonna go with just the visual, just what people can see. So when you look into one of these individuals that are retaining, their beauty, yes, it's physical, but where they really shine, the beautiful part about a man is in their strength. That's beautiful. To a woman, that's the most beautiful. Like it's not that they don't like aesthetic beauty, pleasing to the eye. It's not that they don't like that. Of course they like that, or else they wouldn't choose you. But what really makes a man beautiful is his strength, because with strength you can pretty much conquer the world if you really wanted to. With your strength you can conquer people, you can conquer hearts, you can conquer land, you can conquer whatever you want. You can conquer business, you can conquer whatever you want. Anything. So when you retain and you enhance the beauty, you're enhancing your ability for procreation. Like, well, why would you want that? It's so that you can have your own kids, so that you can so that you can basically, so that you can raise your own men, so that you can raise men, raise righteous men, raise beautiful men, so that they can propagate the species and so on and so forth. That's really one of the main purposes why we're here in the first place, is just to procreate. But in order for us to procreate, we have to follow the natural law, which it's like 99% of the people that they don't even know what that is. They don't even know what that is. Like if you say, oh, well, it's natural law to not to masturbate, and they'll sit there and argue all day long. It's like, nah, bro, like it's natural to masturbate. Like where does it say thou shalt use your own hand to pleasure yourself? It's unnatural. It's just unnatural. So animals have to do this so that they can procreate. It's not only to procreate, it's also survival of the fittest. The same thing with mankind. It's like it's not just for procreation, it's for your own survival. Only the strong survive. In modern society, you're like, that's not true. But only the strong will thrive. Like in modern society, like all that shit gets thrown out the window. Like that's not true. Like not only the strong survive, you can be a weak piece of shit, fucking jerking off, eating Cheetos all day, and you'll still live. It's like, yeah, dude, but you won't thrive like the retainer will. You will not thrive like the retainer will. And that's life. It's not about just existing or just living. It's about thriving. Somebody did also mention to me in one of the comments, I don't know what your name is, I will look up that comment, but he says that it said something about like your semen is spiritual currency, which is 100% true. Not everything has to do with about money. Some things are more about spiritual currency, like you retaining your semen. It's like you're retaining riches. The longer you retain, the more you'll have, the more riches you'll have. But you're talking about like riches inside of you, spiritually, mentally, and physically, physical riches. Does that make sense? So yeah, guys, you have to, if you want to become a beautiful man in all the sense of the word, your body, your spirits, and your mind, you have to retain. You have to retain. And after a good, excuse me, 6 months or so, your retainment will manifest in your face, and it'll manifest as beauty, but not like it'll manifest in your face as beauty, but also it'll manifest in your physical form as strength. And that, to a woman, that is the most beautiful thing that a woman will ever see, is actual strength from a man. And if you want to go even deeper, it'll actually purify and it'll beautify your soul, because you're holding one of God's commandments. I know it's not in the Bible, and I know it says, "Thou shalt not spill your seed," but thou shalt not commit adultery, which is everything, which is pornography, sleeping around, and sleeping with other, or sleeping around is just sleeping with another woman that's not your wife. Does that make sense? You are meant to only have sex with one person only, which is your wife, and if you don't have one, you have to retain. Period. You have to retain. Period. So if you want to become a beautiful man, not just in body, but in spirit and in strength, my best advice to you is to retain, keep all those bodily fluids in you, and that's it. That's it, guy. That's it. That's all I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope that this video was insightful to you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't already, hit that notification bell. Once again, my name is Juan. This has been Goku Guidance. Until next time, fellas.